Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students of class 9th. How are you? I hope you all will be fine there. I would like to welcome in grade 9th all of you students first of all. I am Ms. Shahnaz, your chemistry teacher, and this is your chemistry book designed by Sindh Board. The first chapter which is selected to be discussed first is Introduction to Chemistry, and the fundamentals of these chapters are definition of chemistry, developmental history of chemistry, significant reasons to study chemistry, branches of chemistry, and the scientific methods, which are composed of observation, hypothesis, theory, and the scientific law. These are the motives to study chapter number 1 because it provides the basic informations regarding especially the matter. Dear students, you all should have the book first of all before explaining this chapter. You all must come on page number 1 and see the definition of chemistry that is clearly written on it. Yes students, you are on page number 1, chapter number 1, Introduction to Chemistry. Come down and see the definition of chemistry that is very clear here. Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the properties, composition, and structure of matter. It can also be defined as the chemistry deals the changes involved in the matter. It also deals with the principles governing the changes which matter may undergo. So students, this is the definition which is written in your own book. You can see the definition of chemistry from there and copy down in your chemistry registers first of all. Okay students, now I will explain then what is chemistry. Chemistry simply is the definition can be defined as the study of matter is called as the chemistry. Now the question can be raised in your mind, what is matter? About the matter, you have studied in the previous classes that the substances which can occupy space and having some mass, so such things are called matter. All those things which have some mass or they can occupy some spaces, so they all are called matter. And how this matter is composed of means what is the structure of matter, then what are the properties of matter, and what kind of the changes can cause in the matter to form the new things. Such things can be studied in chemistry. Okay students, so what is chemistry? Chemistry deals with the study of matter. Okay students, then come on page number 2 where the historical background of the developmental in chemistry is mentioned over here. Basically, development is called as the changes, some changes or some improvement. Okay, so in the history of chemistry we can divide the developmental changes into 3 eras. The first era is called as the Greek period, and the second era is called as the Muslim period, and the third era is called as the modern period. My dear students, according to the important questions of board pattern and according to your provided first assignment sheet, first of all we will discuss about the modern period. What is the modern period? In the modern period we will discuss about the contributions or the achievements of British scientists. Okay, so we are not discussing about the philosophers of the Greek period. We will not discuss about the contribution of the Muslim period. Directly we are coming and discussing about the contributions or the achievements of the modern period. Okay students, so I am showing to you the assignment in which these all contributions have been mentioned in a simple way. Okay, if you are trying to learn from there, then it will be difficult to you, because here in the form of sentences, in the form of paragraph, all the achievements are given here, so it will be very difficult to learn and separate out. Okay, so I have separated for you about the contributions. So open your assignment first of all and come on the next page. At the back of the assignment, the first assignment, here the contributions are mentioned in the tabular form. Have you seen them? So first of all, keep this sheet in front of you and just tally with me. Okay students, here I am focusing on the word contributions of chemist. Okay, so you will have to copy down these all contributions along with the names of the chemist. First of all, see the first chemist, that is J. Black. Okay, so by opening the assignment, you must open the book and keep in front of you. Okay, because of the correct spelling of the names of the scientist or the chemist, or because of tallying the contributions correctly from the book. If spellings are not clear, so you can tally from your book. Okay students, so see the first one, J. Black. What is J. Black? What is the contribution of the J. Black? J. Black introduced or studied carbon dioxide. This is a gas in the gaseous form. Okay, what is the behavior of carbon dioxide gas? So first of all, this will be studied by the scientist J. Black. Okay, so no need to write down all the details about the J. Black contributions. Just write down a single contribution that is mentioned or given in your textbook, that is carbon dioxide. Okay, so write down the one word answer. Just you will have to learn or read or write only the contributions in a single word. Okay, then see the next one, J. Priestley. T spelling देख रहे हैं आप लोग, Priestly, but I am not reading Priestley. T is silent. What is the pronunciation? J. Priestley. J. Priestley. And what did he do? He introduced oxygen, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, or hydrochloric acid. Is that clear? Next one, Scheele. Okay, so when it will be pronounced, sometime it can be pronounced as scales, but we use sometime in a common or the local way Scheele, but the exact or the actual pronunciation is scales. So he introduced chlorine gas. Okay students, the next one is Cavendish. Cavendish introduced hydrogen gas. Lavoisier introduced oxygen as a constituted 1/5 part of the air. मीन्स पूरे एयर में जो गैसेस होती हैं उसमें ऑक्सीजन कितने पार्ट मौजूद होता है? 1/5 पार्ट ऑफ एयर इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. ठीक है, constituted means the composition. Okay, when we discuss about the composition of the air, so what is the ratio of oxygen component in the air? So it is present, according to Lavoisier, oxygen is present 1/5 part of the air. Is that clear students? The next one is J. Dalton. J. Dalton introduced or gave atomic theory of matter. Is that clear? And beside it, atomic weights also be calculated by him. The next one is, you can see, Gay-Lussac, Avogadro, Dulong, Pettit. These all scientists work together as a teamwork and determination of relative atomic and molecular masses. Okay, so they determined the molecular and atomic masses first of all. The next one, J. Berzelius. J.J. Berzelius introduced symbols of the elements, formula of the compounds or molecules, and the chemical equations of the chemical reactions in short form. Next one is Mendeleev. What did Mendeleev do, students? Mendeleev actually discovered the periodic arrangement of the elements. Okay, all the elements have been arranged in the periodic table or in a systematic manner. So who did this? First of all, Mendeleev did. First of all, Mendeleev classified all the discovered elements into a systematic manner. The next one is Arrhenius. Arrhenius introduced ionic theories. Okay, Michael Faraday, or abbreviated form I have written M. Faraday, introduced the laws of electrolysis. J.J. Thomson, Henry Becquerel, that is abbreviated as H. Becquerel, M. Curie, means when we see the full form, Ma'am Curie, she was the lady, Neil Bohr, Ernest Rutherford. Okay, so these names you have seen over here, so you can easily judge that it means this is the teamwork, because many more scientists work together and introduce the structure of atom, existence and composition of an atom. Means existence for what? Existence of the nucleus in an atom. Okay, so we will discuss these all things which I am telling you as a contribution. So in the chapters when we start, then these all things will be discussed in very much detail. So what you will have to do, according to the given sheet, you will have to copy down these all things, because these are the new for you students. And come on the branches, see the first sheet, the first front page, question number 1. You can see that define chemistry. I have explained the definition, and when the question is continued, we see that the write down the names of different branches of chemistry and define each. My dear students of class 9th, when you were in class 8, I gave you the assignment related to the branches of chemistry. You all must have this one. Okay, so you can copy down from your previous copy, or you have grade 9 book, and the assignment is also given to you. Okay students, so as per the given all material, you can copy down the branches of chemistry in your new chemistry registers. Yes students, come on page number 5 and see the branches of chemistry over here. So first, what you will have to write down, you will define chemistry, that is given on page number 1. Then you will give the heading of the branches of chemistry, and first you will write down all the names of the branches of chemistry. Number 1, physical chemistry. Number 2, organic chemistry. Number 3, inorganic chemistry. Number 4, analytical chemistry. Number 5, biochemistry. Number 6, industrial and applied chemistry. Number 7, nuclear chemistry. Number 8, environmental chemistry. And number 9, polymeric chemistry. These all branches we have discussed before, so I hope there will not be any kind of a difficulty while writing or copying down in your registers. Okay students, so the first branch, that is the physical chemistry. Physical chemistry, it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the laws and the principles governing the combination of atoms and molecules in the chemical reaction. Okay students, means when two or more than two chemicals are combined to form the new chemical, so this needs some rules and some laws and principles or the theories for making. So the study of such laws or principles for combining or uniting the elements or chemicals together, so such branch is called as the physical chemistry. Got it students? Number 2, Organic chemistry. Organic chemistry mainly is the study of the carbon compounds. How it can be defined? It is the branch of chemistry that deals with the carbon compounds, with the exception of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal carbonates, bicarbonates, and carbides. Okay, so what does it mean, students? Okay, in the field of organic chemistry, only the carbon containing compounds be studied. These compounds are originated from the living sources such as carbohydrates, proteins, etc. These all compounds which contain mainly carbon, so these are studied in the field which is called organic chemistry. But all those compounds which can contain carbon but their source is not the living, their origination is, or they are coming from the non-living sources such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, cyanides, carbides, carbonates, bicarbonates, such as I am giving you the example. So these all are originated from the non-living sources, so they will not be studied in the field of organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, only those compounds can be studied which are originated from the living sources such as plants and animals. Okay, students, and they must be contained carbon. Okay, so carbon containing compounds are also called as the hydrocarbons if they are composed or if they are combined with hydrogen sometimes. Okay, so carbon can combine with hydrogen to form hydrocarbons. So we can also define organic chemistry that organic chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of hydrocarbons. Okay, hydrocarbons, I told you that what are the organic compounds. Hydrocarbons are the organic compounds which are composed of hydrogen and carbon. Later it is explained that along with the hydrocarbon their derivatives also be studied in organic chemistry. So what are derivatives? Derivatives are such compounds which are formed or originated from the hydrocarbon. For example, if I am saying that hydrocarbons are those compounds which are composed of carbon and hydrogen, then if any third element is also added with hydrocarbon like chlorine, fluorine, bromine, oxygen, nitrogen, any other third element is combined with hydrocarbon, so it will not be called as a pure hydrocarbon, then it will convert into the derivative. Okay, so derivative is the modified form of the hydrocarbons. Is that clear? In which carbon, hydrogen also combine with any other element. Okay, so combination of more than 2 or 3 element is called as the derivative of hydrocarbon, in which element is essential? Only carbon element is essential as organic character. Means hydrogen can be eliminated from the hydrocarbon and from the derivative. Oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, any element can be eliminated from the organic compound or from the hydrocarbon or derivative, but carbon can never be eliminated from the hydrocarbon, from the derivative, or from the organic compound, because carbon is the main element. Okay, students, carbon is the main element that cannot be eliminated from the compound, otherwise the compound can lose its organic property or it cannot be said as the organic in nature. Okay, students, so because of having the carbon element, these compounds are saying as organic compounds. Come with the next branch that is inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry is the study of elements. Simple means here we are focusing the study of only the carbon and hydrogen compounds, but here in this branch, in the branch of inorganic field, then we are studying all the elements along with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, bromine. Any element can be studied individually with their complete study. is called as the inorganic, without any exception of any element. Now here we are focusing that with the exception of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal, carbon, but in the field of inorganic chemistry there is no any exception. All the elements are completely studied in this branch. The complete study of the element is called inorganic chemistry. Now come on the next one, that is the analytical chemistry. Analytical is coming from the word analysis. Analysis means किसी चीज़ को check करना, test करना. Okay, so for testing anything, to detect anything, by using some methodology, by using some technology, that field is called as the analytical. Okay, so what we are studying and what is the concern of this word with the chemistry. So in this branch we study of the methods and technology involved to determine the kind, quality and quantity of various components in a given substance. Got it now? So the substance is composed of different elements, different components. So what is the quality of that substance? What is the quantity, means in which ratio they must be combined or utilized in making the compound. So these all things are studied in the field of chemistry, which is called analytical chemistry, which give us the complete knowledge about the kind, quantity, quality and about the properties of those matter which are involving in making the new matter. Is that clear? The next one is the biochemistry. Biochemistry is giving the meaning, like this word is composed of two words, bio and chemistry. Bio means life, means chemistry of life. Okay, so what we study in this field we study about the life, not only about the life, we are not studying about the cell, about the tissue, about the organs. This is not the study of these all things. Now in the body, in the living organisms, the chemical reactions are continuously going on to produce some products in the body. Sometimes the producing products are utilizing in the body. So such chemical reactions which are occurring in the living cell is called as the biochemical reactions. So the study of the biochemical reactions in a living organism is called as the biochemistry. So what definition is written in the book? It is the branch of chemistry that deals with the compounds of living organisms such as plant and animals and their metabolism in the living body. What is mean by metabolism? Metabolism gives us the meaning of such biochemical reactions, okay, which are occurring. It is the phase, it is the phenomena, or you can say that it is the process during which new cells are formed and old cells are utilized to give energy to the body. So this process consists of two phases, anabolism and catabolism. In the catabolism process, the cells are utilized to give energy to the living body by decomposing itself. Okay, and on the other phase, anabolism, in the anabolism the new cells are formed continuously and stored energy in it. So these two phases occurring at the same time in the living body and called as the metabolism. Is that clear, students? If any confusion you have, then inshallah when we will meet together, when your school will be opened, then inshallah again I will explain if you are getting, if you are not getting anything. Next one is industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry gives us the meaning of the industries. This terminology belongs to the industry, such as different products produced or manufactured by the industries. So how the products are manufactured by the industries, and come on page number 6, students. The definition is continued over here. So for example, cement, glass, paper, soda ash, fertilizers, medicines, etc., etc. So many more products are manufactured by the industry. So how they are produced? what chemical processes involved in the production of such products. So the complete study to know about the chemical processes which involve in making or in manufacturing of such products as per the quality is called as the industrial chemistry. The next one is nuclear chemistry. Nuclear chemistry gives us the knowledge about the nucleus or the changes occurring in the nucleus of an atom. Okay students, so the definition is written over here. It is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of changes occurring in the nuclei of atom, accompanied by the emission of invisible radiation. Okay, so what is the meaning of the invisible emission of the invisible radiation? Emission means release and invisible means not seen, radiation means rays. Okay, so when the atom is break down, then nucleus, we see the nucleus. If nucleus is broken, then the subatomic particles which are present in the nucleus, they start to come out from the nucleus in the form of rays or light or radiation, but these radiation cannot be seen. When we want to see that radiations, so we will have to arrange some photographic plates on which we can obtain some marks on such radiations. Okay students, so what kind of the radiations are emitting from the nucleus of an atom? So these properties can be studied in the field of chemistry which is called nuclear chemistry. The next one is environmental chemistry. What we study in the environmental chemistry, students? It is a branch of chemistry that deals with the study of the interaction of chemical material and their effect on the environment of animals and plants. Personal hygiene, pollution and health hazards are important areas of environmental chemistry. Is that clear students? So what we are studying in this branch? Actually in this branch we are studying the effect of the person or the living organism with their on their environment. Okay, so what is the interaction of chemical material and their effect on the environment of plant? Means we all have some environment. If we are animal, there is the environment. Okay, everything has their own environment. So if because of the production of different products due to some chemical reactions, definitely some waste products also release continuously. So these waste products can affect the environment, either that environment is of the animal or is of the plant. Okay students, so we study the effect of some chemical reactions or some chemical changes onto the environment. So definitely that is explained completely about the pollution or environmental pollution especially. Okay students, then come on the next branch, that is the polymeric chemistry. What is polymeric? Polymeric chemistry gives us the knowledge about the product which is called the polymer. What is polymer? Polymer is the compound which is formed by uniting uncountable atoms. Okay, in which we cannot count exactly the number of atoms. For example, if we have a compound glucose and we have the chemical formula of glucose, that is C6H12O6. In this molecule we know about the actual number of carbon, that is 6, actual number of hydrogen, that is 12, actual number of oxygen, that is 6. Okay, so when we don't know about the actual number of atoms which are involving in the product, so this compound is called as the polymer. Uncountable combination of the atom, the product is formed, that is called polymer. And the process by which polymer is formed is called as the polymerization, and the study of the polymerization is called as the polymeric chemistry. Such as fiber, you can see the example, such as synthetic fiber. Okay students, paper, plastic. So these all examples, when you want to see the chemical formula, you can't, because they are the bigger molecules. Okay students, they are very large molecules whose formula you cannot find out. Okay students, so in your chemistry copies you will have to copy down the definitions of polymeric chemistry till here. Okay, I have marked over here, यहाँ तक आपको कॉपी डाउन करना है. दिस पैराग्राफ इज रिलेटेड टू द इम्पॉर्टेंस of all above discussed branches. Do not copy down this paragraph, leave it, the last paragraph will be left. Do not copy down this paragraph. Okay students, okay, then see the last one, that is scientific method. Okay, so the scientific methods is based upon some steps: observation, hypothesis, theory and scientific law. In your book there is very much detail is mentioned over here, so in your handout I have summarized it and I try to write as a short form. Okay students, so from your given handout you will try to write down these all definitions because they are very short and having only the concepts, the complete concept. Okay, so first of all you will write down the definition of scientific method. What is scientific method? The method which is used to study the natural phenomena through a series observation, hypothesis, theory and scientific law in a systematic manner is called as the scientific method. Means scientific methods is based upon some steps starting from the observation, then hypothesis, then theory and then scientific law. Okay friends, so see the step wise now. The first step is the observation. Okay, what is observation? Observation is actually a basic tool to go forth for explaining a phenomena. Okay students, but it may vary from person to person according to his own skill. What does it mean students? Observation actually is based upon our own skill by for which we are using our five senses. Okay, this is actually actually only the observation in which we are exploring the phenomena. Okay, we are not giving the statement, okay, what is it? We are not giving the actual statement for this. We are just observing the phenomena, so that's why this is called as the very basic tool. So for giving the statement we must observe the phenomena first of all. Then after observing the phenomena we have to see the hypothesis, and hypothesis is made after observing the phenomena, so it is called as the trial idea. Trial idea means that everyone is observing the phenomena and no one has the same idea. Everyone has the different ideas now, so that's why this is also called as an intelligent guess. So it can be approved, it can be failed, it can be accepted, it can be rejected. If it is rejected, then again we will move towards the observation. Again we will have to study the phenomena, means we have to observe the phenomena. If the hypothesis is accepted, then it will move toward the theory. Okay, because hypothesis is not the confirmed idea but theory is the confirmed idea. So when the hypothesis is accepted, then it will become a theory. Is that clear students? So you will have to copy down from your given sheet, and then if the theory is testing again and again and found to fit the facts and from which valid predictions may be made in then known as the scientific law. Is that clear? So when we are testing theory again and again and we will have the same result after performing the theory again and again, then it will convert into the law. In some steps theory can be rejected, theory can be failed, but after making the law or the principle, no one can reject. It is 101% confirmed idea because it is obtained after confirming, after experimentation we are getting it now. Is that clear students? So I have explained each and everything to you, and instructions are also given at the top of the worksheet. Then do all the following work in your school chemistry registers. And what is the way to copy down these questions? You know that you are used to maintain your registers, how you will maintain the previous classes. You are very used to. Okay, so if you are used to for doing this, so we should not explain each and everything how you will maintain your copies. Okay, so as you know that in the first page, in the very first page you will have to write down your names, your class, your subject. In the second page you will write down the name of the chapter, that is Introduction to Chemistry, chapter number 1 as a title page. Okay, then next page you will write down chapter 1 and the name Introduction to Chemistry, and you will copy down the given all question answers. The very first question, define chemistry, write down the names of different branches of chemistry, define each. So I have explained each branches from book. You will copy down, the instructions are given in the handout. The second question, define the following. I have explained scientific method, observation, hypothesis, theory and the scientific law. And the third question, you will have to write down the contributions of chemists. So I have explained how you will copy down in this way, in the tabular form. You will have to copy down all the contributions of the chemist. Students, I hope you have got each and everything, and no, nothing is unexplained. But if you feel that any point is not clear by the teacher, so you feel free to contact with us, and freely you can come to school or you can call to us. Then we are in the school for your help. Okay students, anytime if you are having some problems or confusions, you can come and ask and remove your confusions. Okay students, now take care. Allah Hafiz. Inshallah we'll see in the next video. Allah Hafiz.